Okay, Zaria Gaddafi, and no relation, right?
You're right. That's right. No relation. No relation.
To the Gaddafis that a lot of us know about. But you are an international lady, man. And so you've really started a business and a career and a lifestyle and everything around language study and teaching people. I mean, you travel the world, on other people's nickel because you just go to these other countries and say, hey, I'll teach you English. And you get paid or you get, you have a great time or whatever. So now you have a clearinghouse for people who want to do this, right? And people who. So tell us about it. I mean, it's EnglishHub.org, and you're not some greedy sucker like, who are those people that I bought the CD for $500, when I was trying to marry. What are they called again? Who are they? Smiley, who is that CD on the expensive for learning language? Yeah, Rosetta Stone. I'm so sure, man. They want an arm and a leg, and you go to these classes or something to learn language. They want hundreds or thousands of dollars, but it's more. I mean, you're looking at both sides, educating people about career opportunities in this, travel opportunities in this, even if you don't want a career, helping your neighbors. I mean, now where we live, you and I live in Washington. So many foreign-speaking people. They need to know the language, so you could build up with your materials and website, be a trainer, be a teacher, and start making money at a career. Right? Wow. Well, it's so exciting. So how do people do this? What do they do?
Well, that's the thing. The thing is that I kind of fell into the career and it worked out really well for me. And I was like, oh, this, a lot more people should be doing this. It should be easier to do this. More people should know about it. So that's my mission, is to help people get out into the world teaching English or learning English, traveling the world, making money. I lived in Vietnam. I lived in Brazil. I lived in Paraguay, all like basically in my 20s. I made great friends, and I also built all of these materials for teaching English, and I got better and better. And I realized that there are a lot of places to go get English learning materials, but they're not that strong. Maybe they're crowdsourced or they're made kind of quickly, but they're not like what you would call like beautiful lessons. So either you have to buy a textbook or you have to recreate your own thing, which a lot of teachers do, or you have to get worksheets that aren't that nice, from other websites for free. So my objective is to give you more options, to come to my website where you can learn about teaching English abroad, find out about all the best websites that are out there, what you can get for free, and you can also come to my store and get wonderful worksheets for teaching adults on your own. If you're living in another country, you can just download a cool lesson, and you've got enough lessons to teach for 2 weeks for one of your private students, and you paid like $1 or $2 for the lesson.
But even here, I mean, we have people need to learn speak English here, and I don't mean native borns, but I mean we have so many immigrants now that are struggling from Asia or whatever. And actually, somebody told me the other day, maybe you would know that there's more English speaking people in China than there are here.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. But they probably speak something that we call Globish, which is like it's not necessarily American English. It's not British English. It's communicative English. It's what people around the world speak. So we call it Globish.
Well, I mean, we're still the biggest market. The whole world wants to know how to speak English. So everybody in this country now who is born here or knows the English language, man, has a tool that is sellable, don't we?
Absolutely, absolutely, and I really feel like the a lot of people kind of fall into the industry or they find out about it through a friend, and there really should be more people who know about it. Like, no, if you don't want to teach in certain countries, then you're not going to become a millionaire doing it. But you can use this as a springboard for your next career, or you can use it to learn more about yourself. And of course, you actually can make money if you are willing to go to those countries where you can make money, and you can learn about that when you come to the EnglishHub.org and just visit all the links that we provide.
To me, see, even retirees, older people. I mean, we have so many goddamn old people like me in this country. What do they do with their life? Instead of like joining Peace Corps and being committed and all that kind of stuff for 2 years, man, they can do what you do and makes a little extra money in Vietnam teaching English or whatever.
That actually happens. Actually, I was trying to get my dad to move to Thailand after he retired. And actually, we had one or two gentlemen from the United States come into our school off the street in Hanoi, Vietnam, And after interviewing them and talking to them, we realized we could train them, and we actually hired them to teach English. Both of them had a connection to Vietnam, like maybe they had served or they were just close to it. A certain generation is just close to the Vietnam War, and they're interested in Vietnam, exactly. And so these guys just, they took their money, they came to Vietnam on a ticket for, $1,500 or
Right.
whatever, 900 bucks, and they just started peddling the ground, like looking for English schools. The thing is that when you jump into this career, it's really, really confusing, and you realize that you actually don't know a lot about English. There's so much to know for someone who's not learning it from babyhood.
Right.
So this is what the English Hub is for. It's to help like solve those problems, to have like flashcards for you,
Right.
slides,
So you got lesson plans, all that kind of stuff for people.
and cool worksheets so you can watch How I Met Your Mother or Friends
Right.
with your students, and they can still be actively learning English.
No,
So
you're
that's-
right, because
I work with a woman, my Mandarin, who runs a restaurant here in the mall, and yeah, she's good to talk to her. But to have if she had more lesson plans and things like that organized, and she's not equipped to do that. She's very kind, and it's helpful. But yeah, and that loses that momentum, not having that material in front. So you're saying for a few dollars you can get that, and now you look like you're from Harvard teaching English, right?
I had another friend who she spoke Mandarin in her house growing up, but she wanted to improve, and she met online a gentleman who was a native Mandarin speaker who wanted to improve his English. They agreed to meet at McDonald's twice a week in exchange. But she didn't know how to teach him because he could very easily teach her characters and simple
Yeah.
things. But he wanted her to like teach her like American history and things that she wasn't equipped for. He'd be like, just tell me about this war. And it's like, I don't really know about this war. So this is why you need EnglishHub.org. You need the English Hub so that you can come and get something from us, or we'll direct you to other websites that have free or cheap material.
Well, that's what's so nice, I think, about what you're doing. I mean, you're there for people who say, "Hey, I'm thinking about teaching abroad. What's good and bad about what country I should go to do this and things like that." Because, man, you go and Google help like that, and you're gonna get some, huckster is gonna charge you hundreds or thousands of dollars to do any of this stuff, and it's so hard to read in between the cracks, because the people make all that money, spend their money to make sure they're on page one.
Yes, that's true. It's true. And ESL is an industry that's so underregulated. And it's just international. It's all over the place, but there's not a lot of regulations about how people get certificates. As a teacher hiring somebody, as a school administrator, when I look at their resume and they say they got a TEFL certificate, I'm looking at like how many hours they did practicum, how many classroom hours, because some people can go online and get one online and it's nothing, and you don't really learn anything. It really, really depends. So this website is supposed to help you get familiar with the industry. And, it's supposed to like introduce you to it. Or if you're already in the industry, just give you what you need, so you can go to Brazil, go to Rio, download worksheets and start teaching people what they want to learn.
That's terrific. And actually, I mean, what I also see, it sounds like you were doing this as a career, as a professional, and said, "Hey," then you saw a business in this.
Yes. Yeah. And I also fell into that. At one point, I realized that I couldn't move on with my life until I had acquired so much knowledge and information and stuff that I was like, I have to find a way to compile this and give this to the world. It's also part of my personal mission, because I believe that when people travel, it opens their minds. And I believe that a key to the world becoming a better place is for people to get out of their comfort zones. So I really, really want more people to travel and have the opportunities I had, especially.
I came back my trip to to Shanghai last year. Man, I came back just full of ideas and things to do. I've never been so energized in my life. I just had to get out of my own crap to see how bad my life is and what I should do about it.
Yeah. It helps you be a better survivor. When you've been like pickpocketed in another country, you've lived through dengue fever, or even just gone through the sorrow of being in a foreign country with no friends and getting over it and finding friends. it makes you a better survivor in life. Like it makes
Gives you
you
that
a better
resilience.
person.
That's what we need. We don't need a magic pill. We need to build up resilience in ourselves so we can handle it. Not something fake that make us go through the day. Man, be strong inside, and that's what it is. And the way to be strong inside, I think it's so important now. The world's so small, man. You just can't deal with people in Iowa all day. People are knocking on your door on the internet from all over the world, and you got to have a sense of that. And that's what the EnglishHub.org does. And Zaria is there to help you anything with the English. She wants to pour her heart into this work. She wants to pour her heart into business and help you feel that same feeling she does, right?
That's right. That's exactly
Thank
correct.
you so much. It's been a delight, and thank you. People don't realize that we did this last week, and I screwed up. The dog ate my video or something.
I'll get my homework.
Well, thank you again.
And thank you so much. It was so great talking to you.
See you, Tris. Right.
EnglishHub.org.